Hey, what's up guys? The ranked 10 player in the world just crafted a crazy deck to perplex opponents and pummel towers. At first glance, combining Goblin Giant with Royale Hogs might seem simply stupid, but once you understand the method behind the madness, this deck is beyond broken. By using the Goblin Giant to bait out buildings, especially bomb towers, you're able to get huge value with the Royale Hogs. Because most control decks like Minor Poison rely on one building for all their defense. So when the Goblin Giant gets it out of cycle, the Royale Hogs rush right towards the tower, oftentimes forcing opponents to defend with units. And when opponents are paralyzed by confusion by this wacky deck, you'll whack them with the Evolve Bomber for thousands of damage. Because the units that they defend the Royale Hogs with will be lined up perfectly for the Evolve Bomber's splash damage. With Royale Hogs, minions, and Evolve Bats, you're bound to be baiting out fireballs and arrows, so they might not even have a single spell to remove the Evolve Bomber. With 2 evolutions and 2 win conditions, this deck is relentlessly rushing at the opponent. It's time to match the double evolutions with 2 win conditions to assert double the dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with critter code SirTag. If you only have 1 evolution slot, the Evolve Bomber is best, and keep regular bats in the deck. Hey, this guy's got Rascals in the banner, and I feel like he's gonna be a mischievous man. So I want to go for Bomber. Oh my gosh, Mischievous doesn't even begin to explain that this guy's aggression. Like, there's nothing that I can classify. He has transcended classification with his craziness, spamming all of his elixir at the river and directly on my tower with the barrel. But y'all already know we are in for a dynamic match. Hopefully we can give him a dynamic punch on his tower. So we're unleashing our favorite Pokemon of our minions, and I believe they're going to poke and prod, become some minions possibly if he's not going to have the right answer. Okay, we're going to arrows. This is going to be a huge amount of damage, right? Oh, is this dumb? Yeah, we got 1 minion hit. And we're taking wall breakers, so that's not good. If we had the Cannoneer Tower, 0 damage from the wall breakers. Actually fully counters it. Oh, we weren't looking. That's unfortunate. You want to drop your delivery early. If you drop your delivery directly on top of the Skeleton Barrel before the Skeleton Barrel pops in the tower, the Skeleton Barrel gets full counter by the delivery because the recruit from the delivery is going to be able to block all the skeletons that spawn. So it's important for us to go and split our pigs because I think he's going to go Skeleton Army and we want to get damage. That's cool, and we can go for an Evo Bomber, blast down those goblins, and, you know, give him the harsh reality that is life with the Evolve Bomber in Clash Royale. We forced a Bar Barrel, and still did. I don't know, like 800 damage there? Oh, okay, so we got to arrows this early. Really not easy, but okay. Yeah, only 1 hit. I think we can almost full counter it, though. But yeah, this is the interaction that we were looking for. Go for your delivery early, distract the skeletons, and that's what we wanted to see earlier. So, hopefully, if we can go and counter his Goblin Barrel with these minions and we can go for pigs, then we're going to be able to break through his entire skeleton army. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. I believe if we can go for a bomber at the nick of time, hopefully, maybe, nah, we can't afford it yet. We're poor until double elixir, and then our stocks will soar. So I need to get these minions on the tower, but it's not going to give us that much damage, right? Oh my gosh, never mind. Say less. We're getting more than I could ever expect. All right, I see you. Is he going to go for a Skeleton Barrel into this? I mean, he could fly over the bomber, but he's not. Oh yeah, no, he's going to do it. Whoa, yo. These skeletons are going to die to the bats because the bats can heal up. That's beautiful. And then we can go for minions and then pigs. And then we can arrows as well. All right, we're going to go bomber. I wonder if it splashes on everything. Oh my gosh, Evolve Bomber completely counters a Goblin Barrel. I didn't even know that interaction. We're learning something new every day. If you drop the Evolve Bomber like we did, we can prey on those goblins. So I believe that the Bomber is going to cause our opponent even more grief. What is he going to do here? All right, cool. We can click the ability. Does the ability kill everything? That is the best ability of my entire life. I can't fib. I did not expect that to work so wonderfully well. Oh my goodness. Guys, we win. There's no way he's defending this anymore. He got outplayed to an astronomical degree. And I believe that that little prince soared to the moon with value. Wow. We countered wall breakers, bounced back a Valkyrie, and shattered a Goblin Barrel at the same time. If that isn't proof that Little Prince is broken, I don't know what is. After beating Bait, we've pushed up to 2,500 in the world. Hey, this guy's gonna have some hearts in his name, and he's also gonna have a lightning symbol. So are you gonna be nice to us and take it slow and steady? Or are you gonna be racing to win the game against us with a lightning symbol? What side, man? What pill are you going to take, the red or the blue pill? Anyway, we're going to be trying to go in for our Goblin Giant here, and the Electric Spirit, I mean, that's a King Tower activation. I'm going to do it. Like, if you don't have a Royale Giant deck, you obviously are putting yourself in quite the predicament, my good sir. The good thing for us is the fact that we bait out the building, and I can go for Royale Hogs right now. So I want to apply pressure, and hopefully we can get value. Oh, that just doesn't feel good. That hurt my feelings, man. Come on. All right. He's kind of a heartless individual. We got to remove that heart from his name because, you know, he doesn't care about my feelings, dropping the fireball on our pigs and also on top of our little prince like that. Anyway, I'm still in a decent spot. I can go for a delivery on defense, and then I can go in for probably bats here just to cycle. Yo, he's got RG. Oh, we cannibalized that Electro Spirit. So I think we have kind of an electrifying offense with the Goblin Giant and then the bats and then the recruit and also the bomber. A lot of stuff clumping up and coming at him. I wonder if we can go in for arrows here. I mean, it's definitely worth it if we're able to snag some value on top of the goblins, have the Goblin Giant lock onto the tower, and then have the Spear Goblins lock on the tower too. So, wow, we got 600 damage from those arrows. I think that was well worth the investment. You get around, I don't know, 600 from a fireball and also a rocket. So, I mean, for 3 elixir, that is well worth the 10 worth of damage that we got. I wonder if we can go in for Royal Hogs again. Probably not into a Royal Ghost. Also, the bad thing that we just did is we cycled our little prince, which is our best way of knocking back Royal Giants. Yeah, okay. Well, he's aggressive. He's clean with it. He's feisty. I'm surprised that he decided to Royal Giant right into that because we are able to knock it back a little bit. Interesting fireball, too. You know what? I'm kind of fired up. I'm ready to go in for our Royal Hogs. Phenomenal spot for us to punish our opponent, right? He's going to have goblins and he's going to end up having Tesla, and that's it. So if we're clean with it and we go for arrows again, my man is perpetually getting punished. And the pigs are pulling back the ghost. I think his tower is a little bit toast. We can go for a rail delivery and then go for a bomber and then try to go bats. He might go in for an... Oh, okay, that's not good. He's going to go for an electric spirit as expected. I do want to go in for a goblin giant here just so the evolved bomber doesn't lock tower. And, oh man, how do I make this happen here? I'm kind of in a bad spot. I mean, the guy has Fireball, Tesla, and Royal Ghost, so it's not necessarily an easy matchup. But I've got the evolved bomber. Hear me out for a second, guys. It is a win condition. It is a strategy. Spamming the Evo Bomber is a very nice play. Maybe not for the opponent, but for you for sure. So I think I'm able to go for arrows here as well and just get the Goblin Giant locked and loaded on the tower. Is this a way that we come back and clash? Is there seriously a way that we deserve to win this? The answer is no, but I think we're going to win it anyway. Man, this deck is so dumb. How does this work? We're just spamming win conditions at this point. He can't go for Royal Giant because he has to focus on defending. And then if he's focusing on defending, we go Goblin Giant. And then he has to defend that too. Dude, this is an onslaught of aggression that you're never able to stop, my guy. I'm able to easily arrows on top of this bomber, force out him more defense, and he just doesn't have elixir because he has to stop the Spear Goblins. If those Spear Goblins lock on the tower, you just lose. Okay, cool. The guy was never able to go for the Royal Giant despite having some of the best counters in the game with Fireball, Tesla, Bomber, and a Royal Ghost. I mean, literally half of his deck countered my Royal Hogs in Win Condition, and he still got royally wrecked. After our Royal Hogs claimed the throne against Royal Giant, we've pushed up to 2,000 in the world. Hey, this guy's got the sassy selfie banner, and you already know we're ready to go and slap his tower silly. So I wonder what Sassy's going to be spamming at the river. I don't necessarily know if this guy's going to be taking our bomber in a good manner. Generally, if we go in for a Goblin Giant here into those Skeleton Dragons, it's going to be a good trade. Okay, this is a bit bad for me. If I go for bats, there's a high likelihood that he's going to go for arrows or snowball. Yo, wait, he snowballed on top of the little prince instead of the bats. That's phenomenal for me. And the Goblin Giant locks onto the tower, and the skeletons took forever to melt the bomber. So just looking at the situation and identifying that our opponent has a balloon deck makes me smile all around because instead of using minions here, we can go for Royal Hogs and discover the fact that we've got double win conditions to just dish out even more damage. And the beautiful thing about this is we can go for Evolved Bomber on his puny bomber and bully him. Give him the reality of why evolutions are so broken. Like, look at that. Look at that. It's disgusting. It's repulsive. It is so utterly unfair that I somehow just can't believe that it's a reality in this game. You look at the regular card and you look at the other one right face to face, and then you find out why everyone hates evolutions if they don't have them. But yeah, Evolved Bomber probably should get a pretty big nerf. Evolved Skeletons and Evolved Knight. Those are the 3 best evolutions if you guys are wondering. We're going to go for a delivery here directly on top of all the Lava Pups. And we've won this game, and this guy's going to sink into reality, realizing that his floating air cards are all going to get popped. Hey, he's going to have the Evolved Bomber too, but unfortunately for him, we've got arrows. That's an easy cleanup. And now my guy's going in for his Lava Hound push. But the cool thing that we can do is we're going to force him to drop his arrows or whatever he has, and then we can go in for our bats afterward. And he's not going to have arrows on everything. Having the bats, having also the minions, and the evolved bomber means that there's 3 targets that my guy has to snowball and arrows. Fortunately for him, he does have double small spell, but I mean, this is his own personal hell. He's going to lose this Inferno Dragon, lose his Lava Hound, and possibly lose his mind as he loses the game. Yeah, we're just going to pop this again with another delivery. This is light work cleaning it up. All we need to do is wait a little bit so we were able to hit everything with the delivery, and that is dominance asserted. It's nice knowing that even if your opponent has snowball and arrows with their Lava Hound balloon deck, they're still not breaking through your minions, delivery, and bats. Also, the Little Prince, can't forget about him. After blasting that Lava Balloon player with our evolved bomber, we've pushed up to 2,400 in the world. Yo, this guy's gonna go for a bomber in the back first play, and you know what? We're gonna rush away in the right-hand side, because if he doesn't have that source of splash damage, it's gonna be way harder. Oh my gosh. Harder to counter the pigs. And nope, he's got a bomb tower. So my guy has got one of the most brilliant answers in the bank to defend against our pigs and also our goblin giant. I don't know if our pigs will even reach the tower in this match, but I am hoping that will happen. Maybe I'm reaching for the stars with this type of optimistic attitude. I'm gonna go for bats here, and then I want to go for a goblin giant, because if we're playing against minor poison, we have to test the waters early and punish our opponent when he might not have the most amount of elixir. If I go for a bomber, it's directly into a poison, so I can't get behind that play. But as soon as the poison expires, did we time the bomber immaculately? Kind of. Now it dies to a log, though. It doesn't matter, though. Wait, no way. There's no shot. There's no shot that that's still alive. Oh, it's going to activate King Tower for him, but at what cost? Maybe not? Maybe not? Oh, bomber, still shoot the tower. Give me some extra love. Give me some extra bacon, bruh. Let's go. We are making massive damage happen. Even through a bomb tower, it doesn't even matter. Wow, I love the goblin giant baiting out the buildings and putting us in a position where we can find damage in the most unfeasible, unrecognizable situations. Like, I just didn't recognize any spot that we could find a way through. Anyway, it happened. All right, let's just keep going. Let's keep rushing. We're going to go goblin giant and bats because he just poisoned for a -1 trade on top of our little prince. And if we arrows on his little prince, it dies. Guaranteed. Oh, he's going to die to the bats anyway. How did our little prince survive? That's a little miracle, my man. That's crazy. Goblin giant's locking onto the tower. There's no way. This is so stupid. His deck is built to beat us, and he still got beaten down right as double elixir hits. And you know the cool thing? When you snag a tower against a control deck, they don't have damage potential. Like, my man is going to try to minor poison me. He has to do 4,000 damage. I think he's just going to leave the game and resent the fact that our deck just wrecked him. Exceedingly easy match, and it seems like even minor poison with bomb tower and bomber isn't a match for our deck. If that monster of a hard counter rage quits and gets 3 crowned, I don't know what to say. This deck really needs a nerf. Hey, this guy's a top 1,000 player. So we got to be his slayer, and I'm going to be going in for bats in the back. I'm going to split them up because maybe my opponent's got Mother Witch. They're not going to get damage anyway. They just die to the tower. It's not like our opponent has a Cannoneer tower. So I'm going to go bomber in the back as well because he's not responding. Allowing us to cycle to 2 evolutions is absurd, my guy. You don't want that to happen. And you also don't want to be wasting your arrows when we've got minions on deck. So, oh, it's Sparky. This is horrific for me. Cycling anything into the Sparky means that he's going to engulf it and eat it alive for a huge possible elixir trade. However, he doesn't have his arrows in cycle, so I want to take the best of the situation and try to go and get some extra damage to the right. I think the minions do eat the mini P.E.K.K.A, and even if you rage, you don't one-shot these minions anymore because the piggies are going to be tanking. Then I can go for Little Prince, and I can go for bats as well. I think this Little Prince is destined to die, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the bats are going to save it. Yes! Let's go! The luckiest Little Prince to ever have lived. I'm going to pop the ability here as well, since I do have the Evo Bomber in cycle. And I think that the minions might... Oh, I was hoping that they would all go back towards the Guardian, but I guess not. Guardian, you failed your job. Resign your title and, I don't know, give it to the minions maybe. The minions are a bit better. Our minions are better. His minions are better. They're just a superior card, obviously. Anyway, we're going to go for a Goblin Giant here, and we're going to go for an Evolved Bomber on top of a mini pack if he drops it. I'm going to go Sparky instead, so... What I like to do is I like baiting out the arrows of the minions and then dropping my Evolved Bomber behind the tower, and maybe it's like shrouded and not necessarily seen by the opponent. Really funny when that thing stays alive and desecrates an entire Sparky push. So let's go for our minions early. Please arrows this. Please arrows this. Please. I'm asking nicely, my guy. Okay, he listened. Now he might go mini pack on top of the Royal Hogs because he doesn't have a Sparky in cycle. So Mini P.E.K.K.A? Give me the Evo Bomber. Come on. Yes! No arrows inside. Oh, wait. I was celebrating way too soon. He predicted it with the minions. But he still took like, I don't know, 800 damage or something. That's insane. All right, let's go for Evo Bats. And let's go for a Goblin Giant and just probably take his entire tower and decimate his existence. There's no way you're stopping the Goblin Giant. If you go arrows, you don't have enough elixir to stop Shrek. And now we're going to Shrek you and wreck you in the other side too, because you don't have arrows and you don't have Sparky. Anything gets arrowed that you drop in the left, and then you have nothing left over because the minions lock and load. And then we can go bats on top of your Sparky because you aren't able to afford the Goblin Giant. Then we can go delivery, and as you can see, our deck functions at a capacity that moves fast. So if your opponent can't keep up with your pace, they're not going to last. Especially if we can go arrows to finish off the mini P.E.K.K.A here. Oh my gosh. That was marvelous. That was mythic. That was majestic. And his tower's sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even want to disturb it. I'm not going to go for an Evo... Nah, screw it. I'm going to go Evo Bomber. This is why you're not allowed to have nice things in the game. It gets ruined. The last second, the piggy touched the tower and defiled its perfect health. And one thing's for sure, even if you drop a Goblin Giant directly into a Sparky, this matchup is so healthy, it's hard to lose. Royal Delivery is one of the most reliable cards of all time on defense, making every Sparky player go cry in a corner. It's time to sting the Scorpion. And I feel like if you lose to this deck, it definitely does sting. There's nothing that really frustrates people more than seeing a random win condition that they don't expect. So I'm going to go bats in the back, and we see an Electro Spirit and a Fisherman. I don't think he's going to have a good time when he realizes that he can't pull this Goblin Giant with that Fisherman placement. Wait, is this Goblin Giant from our opponent as well? I think Shrek is going to find his long-lost brother from another mother. The cool thing is we can eat the Fisherman damage and not care too much. The bad thing is I don't know if he's going to Goblin Giant me in 2 seconds. We're going to go for our minions after the Phoenix pops because we don't want to take any death damage on our precious minions. And then we're going to rush through with our Royal Hogs and get ready with our Bomber because, ooh, stop it, man. Why does everyone have Fireball plus like another random counter in their deck? Jeez. All right, there's no way he's going to pull this Little Prince. There's no way. Yes, sir. Wait, that was so whack. I feel like the Royal Giant bounced off of a wrestling ring and somehow jumped back into the arena.
Boy, go.
But that was weird. It got knocked back and forward, and I don't even know what happened there, but it wasn't good for us. Anyway, we can go for bats here, and then we want to go in for our Goblin Giant because obviously he's not going to have a good answer if he just uses Electro Spirit. So how is he planning on dealing with these bats? Oh, he's just going to use the Phoenix death damage, right? And we got to go arrows here so the Phoenix doesn't get resurrected, and we can kill the bats too. So that was a 2-for-1 wombo combo. Also slaughtering the tower too with the Goblin Giant plus arrows. So I think we hit 3 things with the arrows: the Phoenix Egg, the bats, and the tower. All right, he used his log. I think he's going to start going in for predictions on our Little Prince. Makes me not very happy if I go in for a Little Prince to counter the Royal Giant. So I think I'm going to just cycle my minions first, and then maybe go for a split Royal Hogs and go for Evolved Bats on the right. It's going to be extremely awkward for him. Where does he Fireball? Probably the right side against the Evolved Bats, right? He just lets us get damage to the left. I mean, what does he do here? This is horrible for him. Evolved Bats are so broken when they start to just vampire suck on all of your stuff. If you guys are unaware, each time that they attack, they heal up. And they can heal up past their maximum health. So I bet you he's going to go for a Fisherman prediction on top of this Little Prince, or maybe not. What is he doing? Okay, this Royal Giant didn't get bounced back into the arena like the last one. He's going to pull our Goblin Giant closer to his tower. He wants to die quicker. My guy, thank you for helping me out. And no matter how much the Evolved Bats heal up, they still always will die to arrows and the Royal Delivery. So we have 2 fail-safes on defense. No matter what you want to do with your bats, they are not going to be able to get anything on us. So this guy kind of struck out while we're hitting home runs for days. Our bats are broken, and his are broken in the wrong way. They just keep dying and failing every single time. Wait, can we snag a second tower? There's no way. Wait, there's still a shot? Go and pull it? Let us click the Little Prince ability right into the tower, please. Please. No, it didn't reach in time. We even had the Evolved Bomber on backup too. So guys, that wasn't even us trying to win the game. We were trying to dominate to the fullest degree, taking 2 towers. Without even losing 1, that would have been a maximum sting to Mr. Scorpion. Having 2 win conditions for the double evolutions means the math is mathing, ensuring success. Like if you enjoyed the double win condition dominance, subscribe for more daily content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.